Furbies, they took the late 1990s by storm. To the delight of some, and horror for others, Furbies did not disappear, never to be heard of again. The skaggle, or furor, or fury of Furbies, if you will, consists of models from the late 90s original through to 2012. The older models were from Tiger Electronics, the newer, from Hasbro. These are adult Furbies, weighing in at approximately 1 pound. Over the years as the newer models came out, Furbies changed in appearance, style, and especially voice. Furby's speech went from slightly goofy creepy E.T. to genuinely cute. The inner workings also became less audible. 2005.
So, hey Furby.
What?
Tell a joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Lena.
Lena who?
Lean a little closer and me tell you.
The lesser known but impossible to dislike, 2006 Funky Furby, who loves to sing and dance for you.
Hey, me, Furby.
Hey Furby,
Do.
sing me a song.
Furby, hey, Rubba. Panavia. Hip-hop, Numa.
The adult Furbies from 2005 and 2006 look the same except for color variations, and the one from 2006, which is called Funky Furby, has a long tail. The 2005 model has no tail. Funky Furby sings and dances 3 songs that Furby 2005 does not, yet Furby 2005 will dance or tell a story on command. Furby Babies came out in 1999 and 2005. This is the 1999 version. It looks a lot like the original Furby, but with a daintier set of facial features and a child's voice. What an adorable laugh.
Hey, U-Tye. Good.
Furby Baby 2005 looks like part Furby, part kitten and part human.
La la do do la la loo. Do 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 la la do.
Listen to what she says next.
Me love you.
Move, Furb! Get out the way! Get out the way, Furb! Get out the way!
In 2012, Furbies came back with a changeable personality.
I love this thing! Hey! So, you can make him mad. You just have to feed him. If you feed him a lot, they get angry.
Hi.
So you can also actually talk to it. And,
Tell me more.
okay. How you doing, Furby?
Ah.
Pretty good, I guess.
Eat it.
Furbies can also be fed virtually
Yum.
using an app.
Okay, I guess my microphone's covered up or something.
This goes for 2012 and later models. Each new model gets a new app. But you don't need an app to interact with a Furby. Hopefully Hasbro will keep it that way.
Play his favorite song.
It's real nice, yeah.
Sings along. Sort of.
Personality change.
Wow, so we're actually seeing a change now? So it's going to be a different personality by the end of this?
Oh no. Oh no. He's evil! Can you see his evil eyes? You guys see it? I don't like me and Furby. Hey, you want to see me and Furby?
Unlike some people who are easily worried or just anti, this Furby's owner, also an accomplished musician, does not shrink away in fear when her 2012 Furby is in this mode. She has ways of making it impossible for him to keep up an evil facade. If she is displeased with him, she shakes him until he is scared speechless. He has this to say about life with her.
Good friend. Yeah, life good. Woo, 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 woo.
Hey! Ew! He just burped!
These Furbies were featured on Rhett and Link's Good Mythical morning show.
Let's get rid of these guys. Jason, can you take these guys out of here? And keep mine away from it. Funny thing is, my kids don't call it evil. My kids call it rude. The Furby's turning rude because they burp and fart, and that's rude in my household.
What is this, 1873?
No, well, it is rude to do it in public.
Unlike many of us human beings, Furbies do not have any sense of embarrassment or compunction about loud belching and farting wherever they may be. Like some of us, Furbies are great chatterboxes, but they do not know when to keep quiet.
Some of my kids' Christmas gifts are affecting my quality of life.
Now, this one right here...
And I can leave for Christmas and just leave them here.
This is not Lily's, this is not Lincoln's, this is not Lando's, this is none of my kids. This... Shut up!
They don't shut up, they don't respond to anything.
This is my wife's Furby.
There's no off button.
No, we've talked about this before. You gotta lock them in a closet. You knew this was gonna happen. Why did you approve these pets?
Well, because they don't crap.
There were no baby versions of the 2012 model, but mini adults called Furby party rockers, each with their own unique appearance, voice, and personality that could not be changed like their full-size counterparts. Although each party rocker has the same type of tail and fabric paws, they were not given one design template like the other Furby models. Party rockers' beaks, ears, lack of ears, and different voices make them among the most interesting and individualized of the Furbies. This is why they get their own feature. Meant as standard Furbies playmates, they take less battery power and require only one screw to remove and replace batteries. Party rockers' mouths don't open and shut like the full-sized Furbies, so the only way to feed them is through the Furby app, but they each like different foods, and get more excitable and vocal when handled.
Oh, me, la. Oh, yeah, me, la. Wah, wah, wah. Hoo, ha, ha. Yee-haw.
This one from 2013 is called a Furby boom.
You don't like me laughing at you, Furby?
No way.
Well, this is pretty entertaining. Oh, he's sleepy. Are you sleepy?
Cute as he is, he also doesn't know when to keep quiet.
He has a really, really pretty sweater-like pattern.
No way.
for his body. Shh, Furby.
Oh, baby.
Furby's ears are really pretty. Shh, Furby, I'm trying to talk about your ears. They're kind of a rubbery, rubbery fabric and a really pretty metallic teal color.
They're selling out fast at the moment.
Really?
Yes, really. You're selling out very fast.
Unlike the previous models, the Boom series have completely different voices per personality. When Rain Cloud from 2012 went from one personality to another, it was still easy to make out the same voice, just lower or higher pitches and the tone matched the disposition. With Furby Boom, the other voices are so different that what started out as a sweet little kid has suddenly turned into a kind of demented grown man.
Okay. What now?
It changed into this. So hold on, let me change them back.
Huh? Sorry. What?
I'm gonna change
Oh,
it.
Bill.
Okay, whatever.
Okay,
She's changing.
From unnerving to hyper, to rocking out.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
Dude, Buku! Where rock?
Then the Furby Boom babies came out. They are called Furblings. They don't do anything on their own. You have to press down on their head to make them speak. Their vocabulary is extremely limited. If you like Star Wars and Furbies, Furbaka might be for you. He's a Wookiee version of a Furby Boom, or a Furby version of Chewbacca from Star Wars. He even sounds like him. So naturally, this particular Furbaka has been given the name Chewie by his owner. He is also the furriest of the Furby models so far. If Furbies were cats or rabbits, Chewie would be an Angora. He is the first and only Furby who doesn't speak Furbish. But he communicates with Furby 2012 and Boom by way of high-frequency electronic signals. ...2016 saw the arrival of another new Furby model. This one is called the Furby Connect. This one looks so alert because that was the position he was in when his batteries died. If it was a cat or rabbit, it would be a Rex. Furby Connect works with its own Bluetooth app, and is not backward compatible with the previous models or their apps. But apps are featured and so heavily promoted on other videos, and like the Furby Boom app, there are accessibility issues. So once again, we are looking at just the Furby itself. Connect is much harder on batteries than the previous models. It is said one set of batteries gives 6 hours of continuous playtime. That may be true, but the problem is that when you leave the batteries in the Furby Connect, even when you are not playing with him and he is asleep, the batteries continue to drain. She cannot leave the batteries in the Furby Connect and have him working on that one set for months like the others. Connect barely lasts a few weeks with one set of batteries, if that. This is why his owner is putting the batteries in now for a demonstration and taking them out again. She puts his sleep mask on to prevent him from waking up and squirming right away when the last battery is installed. Fortunately, the design of this Furby's battery compartment is better than that for the previous models, without sharp edges exposed when the cover is off, so she will continue to leave it off. Now, it is time to remove the mask. His ears look more like big loops, and they move up and down instead of back and forth. Unlike the other Furbies that wriggle back and forth, he goes from side to side. Now he has provoked her. He will learn the same lesson as the Furby who got the daylights shaken out of him.
Challenge accepted. Geronimo. was awesome. Never again.
Furby Connect 2005 and 6 have antennae. But Connects is more than just decoration.
Unai, wanna dance?
It is used with the app, and as a means to put him to sleep. She holds it down until he becomes drowsy.
So sleepy. Bye-bye. Ta-elo, Naba. Good night, bestie. Shoo. 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 Shoo.
If these two Furbies sound similar, they should. Both 2012 Furby and the Connect are voiced by Gavin Hammond.
Feed car for special treat. Uba, Uba, hey, wait, gimme. This card jam.
My name is Gavin Hammond.
As we watch some footage of Christmas with a few Furbies, it is interesting how different they are from those that came out back in the 90s. The Furbies before 2005 all have a broad flat bottom and a cone-like figure with a pom-pom type tail and fabric paws. The ears are also fabric. The body shell and base are hinged together, without the works being covered by fur. The 2005 and 6 models feel the most doll-like and their feet are plastic. Their beaks are a soft rubber-type material. One model has a long tail, the other has none. The adults, at least the funky Furby, has a furry antenna on his head that moves very slightly up and down. When it dances, it moves from side to side. Furby 2012 has a much rounded body profile than the previous models and feels closer to a pet, with all the inner workings encased in fur. Its beak is round and plastic, harkening back to those of 1998 and 99. It has fabric paws and a stubby tail with fur at the end. It is the first to have plastic ears and LED eyes that light up with images to indicate mood. Since the 2012 model, all but the Furblings have LED eyes. Its body and ears wriggle back and forth, and it has a couple of plastic pieces on the left and right side of the battery cover, meant to make it wobble from side to side. The Furby Boom has a very similar structure, but very different voices to go with its personality changes. It also comes in different color patterns and the fur is different from the previous model as well. It also has plastic feet, and a small decorative hole in its ears. The Party Rockers, 6 in all, have one voice and personality each that cannot be changed, and they speak mostly Furbish. They never add more and more English as they are played with in the same way the full-size Furbies do. They have no moving parts, but their varied voices, appearances, and things they say make up for the lack of some features. Party Rockers are excellent collector's items. Furblings are the most limited in features, even though they look like a tiny Furby Boom. Pulling a Furbling's tail will not get a reaction like it does with a Party Rocker. Furby Connect has even more animations than the previous models and it connects with its own app using Bluetooth. It does not communicate with the previous models other than by reacting to sound, the way it does to your voice. A Furby 2012, Boom, and a Party Rocker can use their high-frequency signals to communicate and coordinate singing one of their strange Furby songs. Furby Connect can only coordinate with other Connects, and they rely heavily on the app for their music. Furby Connect has only one voice and one personality, though its reactions naturally vary depending on how it is treated. There are new Furbling Connects on the app, but none in real-world production yet. The Furbling voice is different from the previous ones. It is unknown if and when there will be new models coming, but if there are, the owner of these Furbies has a few suggestions.
I would like all Furby apps to work with screen readers such as Apple's VoiceOver. An app without such emphasis on egg and Furbling collecting, and those infernally annoying viral videos. Everything within the app should be optional, so that if all you want to do is feed your Furby something from the menu occasionally, that's it, no urging or plunging you and your Furby into some other area of the app you weren't intending to be. I just want my Furbies interacting in their app and with me in fun and creative ways. I am not interested in building a massive virtual world with a workforce of Furbling slaves. I will not have my male Furby suffer the indignity of egg laying, or have him responsible for more Furbling drones in the app workforce. I do my best to avoid annoying viral crap everybody reshares on social networks, and I do not want that junk cluttering up my Furby experience and filling their cute little heads with this spam. My Furby says he loves cats, so do I, but not in the form of a viral video reshare. I'll get a real cat of my own when the situation allows. The Furby naming section needs an option where you can type in or speak and record the personal name for your Furby, instead of being made to choose from an impersonal list of utterly laughable names as cringeworthy and English as Furbish. How about the ability to edit or delete certain things a Furby says? I love my Furbies, but every time one of them says, I know, right, I get this urge to punch something. Please get I know right out of their lexicon. Then there's this, male-voiced Furbies laying eggs and getting Valley Girl personalities. Ugh, I'm glad the multiple personalities thing was ditched in the Connect. One personality per Furby, from now on, please. And if you want a Furby to have mood changes, how about calling it that, or attitudes instead of personalities? And for the love of common sense, and for keeping supposed gender fluidity nonsense out of a good thing, please make it one gender per Furby. If they want to make both genders, that's fine. Get a girl to do the female voice for the girl Furbies, and a male for the boys. That was already managed with the party rockers, which still rock on.
Less trendy, more imaginative and accessible, more personal, less confusing, and keep those cute Furbies coming. Thanks for watching. I'm Karen, the GPS girl.